2019 July, I went so broke. I had to ask a friend, hey, can you give me some money to eat? I didn't have money to eat for that month. I was trying a new freelance business and I had a couple of clients who didn't pay me. Long story short, I ended up being broke. That was the first and the last time, hopefully, when I didn't have money to eat food. Growing through my childhood, um, thankfully, my parents earned enough that we always had food on the table, that they somehow figured how to, you know, pay for my education, for my clothes and everything, at least the basic necessities, and took out a loan for the education part, some part of my graduation. That being said, I know I come from a place of privilege, that I still had food, I still had my clothes, we still have a home. But I know a lot of people don't have those privileges. So I've always wanted to make sure that somehow I help others through my businesses. And oh, by the way, I just remembered while talking about all this, somebody paid for my education in when I was in 11th class. I don't know who. They donated the money to the school and they said, pick the best student who would need the resources. And I was one of the, I think, 3 or 4 kids who was picked. So I come from a place where others have supported me. When I didn't have money to afford coaching, my current coach, I'm working with him for almost 2.5 years now. He approached me and he said, I see the dedication, I see the commitment. You've been creating so much content. You've been doing this for a year now already. I want to support you. I understand if you don't have money, how about we work on a percentage basis? So every month I pay him in a percentage of what I earn. The more I earn, the more percentage I pay to him. And I'm very happy with that association because I got the help when I needed it, not when I had resources to afford it. So there are certain industry standards and norms, this capitalist society we have created. You have to pay in full, you have to pay in advance. And I ask, how about those people who can't? And I know coaches are coaches because number one, they want to help others. So me restraining my services to you, like I don't want to help you grow your coaching business just because you don't have money to afford me, tells me that I'm not ready to create a bigger and bigger impact. Coming back. So through this, to solve this problem and to make sure that I move forward with the mission that I had, that I wanted to make sure that some part of my business is to support the people who don't have the resources, who don't have the finances to afford the support. I've created a couple of scholarship slots, and every now and then I keep offering these scholarship slots. So this scholarship slots is, by the way, not a discount. It's not for people who don't want to pay. It's for people who cannot pay. There's a difference. People who can't pay versus people who don't want to pay. So if you can't pay, if you don't have the money to pay, then I'm here to offer you some ideas, some resources on how you can work with me. Sometimes I work with coaches the way my coach is working with me on a percentage basis. So I may ask you to pay me a certain percentage, like 25, 30% or whatever you earn for the next 1 or 2 years, like till we work together. That's one way. The other way is if you are going through something and that may only going to last for 1 or 2 months, instead of waiting, you could ask, hey, Dimanshu, what if for the next 2 or 3 months, I pay you just a little bit less and then I'm ready to pay you the regular installments, after the third month. Otherwise, you offer this program for 12 monthly installments. Can you create 15 monthly installments for a little lower amount? There's so many ways on how you can, figure out the money part. Right now, one person is helping me with the website part. She's helping me redesign and recreate the website. And in return, she is in one of my programs. So that's also something that we can figure out if you have a skill that I can use, right? To make sure that we go to that part of the conversation where we see money is figure outable and how to figure out money, The number one step you have to do is to fill up the form. Fill up the scholarship form. It's going to be somewhere in the description below, and apply for the scholarship slot. The slots will be limited because it's business. I still have to eat and, uh, buy some more books and all of that. So scholarship slots will be limited, but at the same time, I'll make sure to reach out to you as soon as you fill up the form, like within 24 to 48 hours, within 1 to 2 business days. And from there, we'll move on with the conversation. We'll see what requirements you have and what kind of payment plans, what kind of payment structure, what kind of, I don't know, scholarship way, like this equity basis, maybe. How will that uh, work out for both of us, right? And what I need to see from you is that you are committed. I don't want this money is figure outable to be an excuse for you to not commit to the journey, for you to not be dedicated to your coaching business. So if you need my support, I'm here to support you. I'm here to help. And if you don't have money to afford it just yet, and by the way, my coaching programs that I have are actually not on the higher end of the range, it's somewhere in the middle end of the range. So check out the Lotus Circle program, the signature membership I have for your coaching business. And if you need some financial support, if you can't afford my support and you want to still work with me, apply for the scholarship slot. I'm gonna send you, I'm gonna reach out to you. We'll have a conversation and we'll figure out how we can make this happen. I don't want money to be the only reason somebody doesn't work with me, especially when they need my support and they want that support and they're ready and committed to bringing the change. So I hope if you're watching this and you need my support, regardless of the finances you have, even if you can afford it or can't afford it, I hope we get to work together. I hope we get to sit together at least first, and we'll see on how we can support each other. By the way, one thing I'm going to assume that you will do when you fill up the form, I'm going to assume that you'll watch some of my content. If you're new to my world, I'm going to assume that you'll watch some of my YouTube videos, my LinkedIn posts, and get familiar with what I do, how I do it. Cool. I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy.